Once upon a time, in a quiet village, at the edge of a wide, golden farmland, where the morning mist sat low on the grass, and the birds began before the sun was ready, there lived a farmer named Solomon. He was not rich. He was not powerful. But he had something rarer than both. A heart that could not walk past suffering without stopping. And one night, that heart cost him more than he ever expected. Stay with me until the end of this story, because what Solomon discovered about the animals he saved is something most of us have lived through, but never had the words for. The painful truth about what happens when love is taken for granted, and what gratitude, real, daily, humble gratitude, can open. That entitlement will always close. It was a cold Thursday night when Solomon heard the sound, something moving through his crops. He grabbed his lantern and walked out, stick in hand, ready to chase away whatever had come, to destroy what he had spent months building. What he found stopped him completely. 3 animals, a goat, a hen, and a cow. Thin, shivering, eating not from greed, but from the kind of hunger that makes a creature forget everything except survival. The goat's ribs were visible, the hen's feathers were dull and broken, and the cow, a small, gentle creature, with the purest white coat Solomon had ever seen, looked up at him, with eyes so tired and so frightened, that the stick in his hand slowly lowered itself. He stood there in the cold for a long time. Then he opened his gate. "Come," he said simply. "All of you." Solomon gave them shelter. He gave them food. He gave them purpose. The goat cleared the overgrown edges of the farm. The hen laid eggs in the warm corner of the barn. And the white cow, gentle, steady, unhurried, helped Solomon carry water from the well to the field every morning, without ever being asked twice. Life on the farm became full, something close to a family. But families, like farms, require tending. Months passed, and something began to change. In the goat and the hen. The goat, who had once eaten from Solomon's hand with trembling gratitude, began to walk past him without acknowledgement. He stopped clearing the grass unless he felt like it. He ate first, rested longest. And when Solomon corrected him gently, the goat turned his back, as if correction itself was an insult. The hen was worse. She began to believe that her eggs entitled her to everything. She pecked at the white cow during feeding. She chose her own spots over Solomon's arrangement. She stopped acknowledging the warm barn, the daily grain, the hands that had lifted her from a cold field. When she had nothing, both had forgotten the hunger. Both had forgotten the cold. Both had confused Solomon's consistency with obligation. The white cow never forgot. Every morning, without fail, she was at Solomon's door before sunrise, not demanding, not performing, just present, just faithful, just quietly saying, with everything she did, "Thank you. I remember. I have not forgotten." One evening, Solomon walked into the barn and found the goat, eating directly from his personal food store. Not the animal feed, his own food, the food he had rationed carefully through a difficult season. Beside him, the hen had scattered her own eggs, in a territorial rage against the white cow, eggs broken, wasted, gone. Solomon stood at the door. He did not shout. He did not raise his stick. He simply looked at them both, for a long, heavy moment, the way a man looks when he is not angry, but finished. He called all 3 animals to the old tree at the center of the farm. The evening was quiet. The sky was turning deep orange. Solomon sat on his old wooden stool and spoke in a voice so calm. It was more devastating than any shout. "I found you in my field, hungry and cold. You destroyed what I built, just to survive. I could have punished you. I chose mercy instead. I opened my gate, gave you a home you never earned." He looked at the goat and the hen. "And you took it. Every single day you took it and forgot where it came from. You mistook my mercy for your right, my love for your entitlement. And mercy that is misused is mercy that must be withdrawn." The goat lowered his head. "We are sorry. We will change. Please, Solomon shook his head slowly. An apology after being caught is not remorse. It is strategy. I cannot rebuild a foundation on convenience. He opened the gate. You both should leave my home, he said. They left. Then Solomon turned to the white cow. He knelt down beside her, this gentle, faithful creature, who had never once forgotten where she came from, and said quietly, "You never forgot. And I never will either." He gave her the farm to tend and to keep. Solomon's farm teaches us 3 things we must carry from today. 1. Gratitude is not a feeling. It is a daily decision. The white cow did not feel grateful once and move on. She chose it every single morning. Before the sun rose, before anyone was watching. Gratitude maintained in private is the only kind that lasts. 2. Entitlement is love with the memory removed. The goat and the hen were not evil. They simply forgot. And forgetting when someone has given you everything is its own kind of betrayal. Never let the consistency of someone's love make you forget the miracle of it. The most dangerous thing about being loved well is that it can begin to feel ordinary. Guard against that feeling with everything you have. 3. Mercy is a gift, not a guarantee. Solomon's open gate was grace, not obligation, not duty, not something owed. And grace, like trust once broken deliberately, does not repair itself on demand. Think about your own life right now. Is there someone whose love you have begun to treat as simply expected? A parent who has sacrificed quietly while you moved through their home, like their giving was the air, invisible, unlimited, unacknowledged? A friend whose loyalty you have stopped saying thank you for, because they have always been there, and you have simply assumed they always will be? Do not be the goat. Do not be the hen. Be the white cow. Show up before sunrise. Remember where you came from. Say thank you not once, not when it is convenient, but every single day. For as long as you have the extraordinary privilege of being loved. Now I want to hear from you. Is there someone in your life you need to say thank you to today? Not tomorrow. Not when the moment feels right. Today. Tell me in the comments who deserves your gratitude right now. If this story convicted you, please like and share this video. And subscribe to Story by Aribs for stories that don't just move you. They show you who you are and who you still have time to become. Until next time, never forget the open gate. Say thank you like you mean it, and keep moving forward in life. Script by Story by Aribs. He said thank you to everything.